Good afternoon, everybody. I feel this is such an intimate setting. I feel almost like we should all sort of gather here at the front and could just sit here on the edge and talk to you. I wanted to do a little experiment with you. You've seen maybe that we've gotten these little flip cams, and you can play with them. It's an incredible device. And what I wanted to do is for everybody, because it's the end of the day. Some people are maybe a little bit jet lagged. Otherwise, other people might just really want a beer at the end of this afternoon at the reception. So I want you to get up and enjoy your 15 seconds of fame, or your 15 pixels of fame. So if you could all please stand up. Now we can do this two ways. You can either embarrass yourself by doing sort of a mediocre performance, or you can really embarrass yourself and go all out. Okay? So I'm going to film you, and I want you to cheer, shout, clap, dance, whoop, whatever. For all those people that didn't make it here, this will go online, they can see it, and they can see basically what they're missing. So I'd like you to sort of fully participate. On the count of three, I'll sort of go from left to right, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay? So I'm hoping that you're really going to embarrass yourself, not just a little bit. Okay? So here we go. All right. We are in Valencia, and I want to hear Valencia. Come on, let's hear it. And that's what you're missing. Thank you. All right, excellent. Now that we're awake, see this, you plug into your computer, and off you go. All right, thanks a lot. Okay. I am a changed man, not because of the cloud and the fact that I made it through it, not because this morning my luggage arrived 24 hours after I arrived, but because last time I was here on this stage and I spoke to you, I was at the Coca-Cola company, and I am now at Anheuser-Busch InBev, and so I'm a changed man. I'm going to talk to you about marketing communications at Anheuser-Busch InBev. And last year, I was part of a double act with a moderator. And this year, you were promised a triple play with Visa, OMD, and myself. And then, unfortunately, something got in the way. And so you're going to have to do it with me. And so last night and this morning, I spent some time to basically create a little more content than the 10 minutes I was originally going to speak. So I'm going to talk about, first of all, who we are, because a lot of people don't really know this company, and we sort of refer to ourselves as the biggest startup in the beverage industry. What we mean with building the best beer company in a better world, how we integrate the FIFA World Cup in South Africa into our marketing plans, and then I'm open to almost any question. So who we are. It may have, you'll probably have seen that the beer industry has gone through a tremendous period of consolidation, and we are also the product of a lot of consolidation, which happened actually in a very short period of time. At the Coca-Cola company, I was always very proud to be able to say that our brand is over 120 years old. The oldest brand in my portfolio today is from 1266. And it's still brewed today in the same abbey as it was in 1266. And the only reason we know it's 1266 is because the monks decided to write about it. It may have existed before then, but we have no record of it. But today, as you can see, we have grown into Anheuser-Busch InBev, and with a pretty significant market cap of about 80 billion. We are the global market leader in the beer industry. And we really don't think of ourselves as a beer company or as a brewery. We think of ourselves as a fast-moving consumer goods company. We create products that are sold and consumed on a daily basis, and we really sort of think about ourselves in this playing field. And we have a mission, and that mission is to become the best beer company in a better world. And we do that through the three sort of components. The dream is the mission. Our people will get us there. And our culture is sort of how we are going to accomplish that, what type of people we will employ in order to get us there. I'm not going to take you through all of that, but you can read about it on our corporate website. The Better World initiative is something we're very serious about. And I'll show you one example of Better World later in my presentation. We have 13 $1 billion brands. And as you can see, the US and Brazil are very important to us. My top 10 looks a little bit different from some of the other major fast-moving consumer goods because it includes countries like Ukraine, Belgium, and Russia. But you can see here that China is coming up fast. And in fact, we are the only Chinese company who's non-government owned, Chinese beer company is not non-government owned, in second position, wedged in between two sort of semi-government owned beer brands. So a global portfolio of over 300 brands. Obviously, that is too much to spend time with on an ongoing basis. So where I focus my time is on the global brands, Budweiser, Becks, and Stella. Then we have a couple of what we call multi-country brands. Those are brands that are in more than one country and that have maybe the potential in the future to become a global brand, but are not there yet. Hoegaarden is an example of that, those types of brands. And then we have the local jewels. Those are brands that have a very commanding market share in one or two markets, but that's basically where they are. And we have quite a lot of those. Quilmes, for instance, in Argentina, Brahma in Brazil, or Skol in Brazil are those types of brands. And I spent my time in the top 10 markets on the global brands, the multi-country brands, and a few of the local jewels, and that is it. That's going to be hard to read, but one of our beliefs is that brand equity today is top-line growth tomorrow. Our company has always been known for financial savviness, an incredible sales machine, really clever financial organizational skills. That's all true. And we will never give up on that because that's got us to where we are today. But at the same time, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we recognized that we have now a portfolio of $1 billion brands. And these brands will provide our top-line growth for tomorrow, but only if we nurture their position that they have today. So we're very much brand builders, believers in brand building, and brand equity today is top-line growth tomorrow. We're also very much of a company that links means with results. We're very results-focused, but at the same time, we're very much focused also on accountability around that. So the means are always like the brands, the connections, renovation, innovation, supported by people and management, and the results are obviously at the top of this house. And one thing that we have started to build sort of as of 2 years ago is what we call the fourth muscle, the marketing muscle. Because that's something, as I said before, that maybe our company wasn't necessarily and traditionally known for, but it's something we're very, very serious about today. We've taken all of our senior leadership, including the board, through I would say, advanced marketing course, which we've developed together with the Kellogg School of Management. And we're doing the second part of that, which is all going to be focused on connections, in about a month's time with Stanford University. I'm hosting that one, and again, we're taking all of our senior leadership through that, because our people understand that the world has changed, but they're sort of saying, okay, but help me change, how do I do it, what do I need to do? So that's what we're going to go focus on. We're literally writing the book on how we do marketing and integrated marketing communications at Anheuser-Busch InBev since last year. And again, that's because we are a new company. We had all these individual pieces, but now we're sort of bringing it all together under one roof. So we have three sort of major components within that. First of all, it's about portfolio and brands, then about planning and activating consumer connections, and then renovation and innovation. And those are the three parts that we're trying to write the book on, if you like, of how do we do that at Anheuser-Busch InBev. And my responsibility, obviously, here in the middle piece, which we're rolling out, as I mentioned, this year. Another really important sort of change or evolution that we're implementing around the world is how do we work with our agencies, sort of the us and them, or us and our partners, and really sort of focus where we play a role and where the agencies play a role. And there was a question about that this morning, I think, in terms of who takes the leadership and all of that integrated work when Jack was presenting. And we feel that we lead that process because it's our role to brief, to inspire, to direct, to review, to evaluate, and to reward our agencies and our partners. And it's the role on the other side of, first of all, being an integral part of that process, to develop the strategy, to create the plans and the executions, to to then implement those plans and steward those plans to the best of the budget, and then provide the post-analysis of what did it really do. And I'm going to talk about measurement a little bit later on. And then, sort of bringing it all back, looking at internal data, external data, ROMO, which is a results on marketing tracker that we now employ, and media audits to basically validate the results. And I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail about that towards the end of the presentation.